All right, ACP is back here with Raquel Tamez, who's the CEO of SHPE. And Raquel, tell me about this background. I love that during each break, we're switching it up. This is so cool.
SHPE Nation. There is a SHPE member or a SHPE chapter near you across the U.S. And once upon a time, SHPE was the best kept secret in STEM, but we are no longer a best kept secret. I certainly have a sense of urgency for this organization and for the Hispanic community. And we have been positively changing lives, tens of thousands of lives, since 1974, for 46 years. And so if you're interested in learning more about SHPE, there is likely a SHPE member very near you or SHPE chapter. Please check us out on ship.org. And there's lots of information there for you to learn about SHPE Nation.
And you're absolutely right, because you mentioned earlier that you guys are currently, it's about 13,000 plus members that include students and professionals. So, I'm going to visit ship.org again and see what's near me to learn more information. That's wonderful that
Tina's program.
Yes, that would be wonderful. I'm definitely going to check that out a little bit, go into more detail with that program. With us having this discussion about you all having access to different chapters across the nation, I'm wondering, from your perspective, why do you think that Hispanic STEM students or minority students interested in STEM should become a member of SHPE?
Well, I've mentioned it a couple of times. SHPE is that 360 support, 365 days a year. We are your familia away from familia. We are your guide to a successful academic and professional career. We are your Yoda to Luke Skywalker. And so we provide the events, the programs, the mentorship, the scholarship, the leadership and professional development. And I'd like to think that we have done that and we do that very well. One of the highlights of my role as the CEO of SHPE is when I am able to talk one-on-one with a member. And oftentimes there's tears when they explain how SHPE has changed their life, and not just their life, but their life, the lives of their family members. It's very emotional and powerful. And that's why I do what I do every day, 24/7, 365.
That moment that you have with the students, with the members of SHPE, when it's very emotional, I can only imagine just how they may be reflective in that moment and thinking about the challenges that they've overcome. And we spoke about the challenges that you've overcome in your personal journey as well. I'd like to know, let's discuss a little bit about what are some of the challenges that you think the Hispanic community faces in gaining equitable participation in STEM fields, and how can the Hispanic community overcome these challenges?
Sure. Well, I mentioned it before, and that's the concept of persistence, actually graduating from university or college and community college, because we actually have a community college program too, to actually graduating with a STEM degree. And oftentimes the primary challenge for graduating with a degree in STEM is a lack of financial support and assistance. So SHPE comes in with scholarships, etc. Then there is experience, the lack of experience. Internships are a game changer for a student at university who's preparing for his or her career. More Hispanics and more students of color need that real-time, real-world experience in the form of internships. Many of our industry partners, these are some of the best companies in the world that SHPE's that SHPE works with regularly every year throughout the year provide those internships. But we need more and more internships for Hispanic students and students of color, because not only is that student gaining real life work experience, it's also about the networking that happens during an internship. And in many instances, Hispanic students and SHPE members they're first generation. Their parents did not necessarily go and attain a higher education. Their parents may not necessarily work in corporate America. Mm-hmm. Their parents may not have that robust network and contacts to secure an internship for their child. And so organizations like SHPE are important and a solution to fill that gap. And so we are actually building out our internship program at SHPE to work with our partner companies to lend additional support, embrace those SHPE members that have internships and give them additional support and guidance on top of the internship that they may already have. It's also an objective of SHPE to secure more and more internships for our members, because that experience, not only are you typically paid for that internship and you gain that work experience, you're expanding your network and your relationships, because there is truth to the old adage that says it's not what you know, it's who you know. That is absolutely true. And more importantly, it's not just who you know, it's who knows you. Mm. And that's where personal branding and nurturing relationships is absolutely critical. One of my mentors told me that relationships are the currency of the workplace. And that could not be more true.
Wow, Raquel, thank you so much for explaining the specific challenges that Hispanics face gaining equitable participation in these STEM fields. I mean, we just spent time discussing how over 13,000 members in SHPE, which includes students and professionals, have access to opportunities and resources that are truly changing their lives as well as their families' lives. And also some of the challenges that these students are facing is a lack of graduation, also a lack of experience in the field, and to overcome what SHPE is doing to assist in overcoming these challenges is continued support and guidance, number one, for all the members in SHPE. I think that is really key, the follow through. And then also internships on top of internships. You're never gonna have enough access to internships so that you can build those relationships, as Raquel mentioned. And I just want to end this section with that wonderful quote that you said, relationships are the currency of the workplace. Absolutely love that quote, and that couldn't be any more true. Raquel, thank you so much for sharing this information with us. We'll be right back with a wrap up of this segment, with this episode of SHPE.
Thank you.